Yo, it's Kyle here, and the Game Awards are very soon, so I thought I'd make a few predictions who I think will win and who I want to win. So anyway, let's jump straight into it with Best Performance. So we have got Ashley Johnson in The Last of Us Part 2, Laura Bailey in The Last of Us Part 2, let's just say Jin from Ghost of Tsushima, Logan Cunningham from Hades, and Neji Jetta in Spider-Man Miles Morales. So I'm not the biggest fan of The Last of Us Part 2, but personally I think Ashley Johnson should win. She is a brilliant performer and her performance was pretty damn good, to be fair. But I think Laura Bailey will win because of the controversy surrounding Abby. It just makes sense. Like, I reckon some of the outlets will vote for Abby mainly because, you know, they loved the game, they loved all the characters, but in general gamers were split on it. It was very divisive. So yeah, I think Laura Bailey will win. Okay, so best multiplayer game we have Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys and Valorant. Okay, so who I want to win, as much as I did love Animal Crossing online multiplayer, I've got to say Fall Guys. I spent so much time playing that game. Absolutely loved it, had so much fun with it, and it's really the first proper multiplayer game I played a lot since I was younger really. So yeah, Fall Guys has to get my top spot. Who I think will win it, I would say Among Us, mainly because of the hype really. The hype, the talk, the streaming. So many people are talking about streaming it, so yeah, I would say Among Us will win this category. So for best art direction we have Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2 of course. So who I want to win, I would say Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was an amazing game. The art direction was so cool as well, and yeah, I believe it fully deserves it. But it is competing with The Last of Us Part 2, and the outlets love The Last of Us Part 2 in every aspect, giving it 10 out of 10s everywhere, so let's be honest, The Last of Us Part 2 is going to win this. Okay, onto the best score and music now, and it is Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and of course The Last of Us Part 2. So I personally think Doom Eternal should win because it was so immersive and so it proper fit into the world perfectly, and some of the music in the boss battles was amazing. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I would say Doom Eternal. And who I think will win, it's going to be The Last of Us Part 2, isn't it? We know it. Everyone knows it. The outlets loved it. I don't think the music is that good, to be honest. It's decent. It's quite emotional and whatnot, but I just don't think it should win it, but it definitely will. Okay, so best audio design we have Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3 and The Last of Us Part 2. So again, I am going with Doom Eternal because it was amazing, absolutely amazing, the audio design in Doom Eternal. Like I said, you just felt like you was there, it's so immersive, and I believe it definitely deserves to win this category. And again, I'm going to predict that The Last of Us Part 2 will win another category because the outlets absolutely loved this game, didn't they? And I do remember seeing a lot of compliments for the audio design and whatnot, so surely it's going to win it? Surely? Yeah, I think it will. Okay, so best narrative we have 13 Sentinels, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. So I would like Final Fantasy VII Remake to win because I loved the characters, loved the way the story played out and the cliffhanger sort of at the end, and I'm really looking forward to the next part, to be honest. So yeah, I would say Final Fantasy VII Remake. But I believe The Last of Us Part 2 will win because again, people absolutely love the game, especially the outlets who are actually the majority of this vote. So yeah, although there was a lot of issues with The Last of Us Part 2's narrative, it's definitely going to win this category. Best action game we have Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Noir 2 and Streets of Rage 4. And I want Doom Eternal to win because look, it's so action packed, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Doom Eternal to win. And I believe it will win, of course it will, surely. Next up we have Best Action Adventure Game. Assassin's Creed VALHALLA, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. See, I really want Jedi Fallen Order to win because the combat was amazing playing as a Jedi. And the puzzle solving and traversal was brilliant too, so yeah, I think it should win. But I think Ori and the Will of the Wisps will win. I haven't played it yet, but from what I hear it's a really good game, so I think it will win. On to Best RPG now, and the nominations are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royale, Wasteland 3, and Yazuka Like a Dragon. And I want Final Fantasy VII Remake to win because the combat was really good for an RPG, I believe. And all the other RPG elements hit the spot for me. So yeah, I want it to win and I think it will win. Okay, so Best Family Game. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario the Origami King. So of course it's going to be Animal Crossing New Horizons because I absolutely adore this game to the max, and it is a proper family game that you can play with anyone. And because of that I think it definitely will win this award. So Best Game Direction we have Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and The Last of Us Part 2 again. So this award is for outstanding creative vision, and I think Final Fantasy VII Remake should win. But unfortunately I believe The Last of Us Part 2 is going to win another award. Okay, so the big one, the Game of the Year 2020, and the nominations are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and you guessed it, The Last of Us Part 2. So my Game of the Year is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I believe it should win because the game has brought so much joy in what has been a terrible year for many. I mean, I've played it for over 500 hours and loved every minute of it. So for me, it's Animal Crossing hands down. But I think it's pretty obvious that The Last of Us Part 2 is going to win because like I said earlier, the outlets love it so much. I mean, some of them called it the game of the generation, so obviously it's going to win. But I don't think it deserves it because it was a bit of a mess in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, that is a wrap guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and my predictions. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and see you soon.